Hi, welcome to Anna's channel. I'm recording this from Sweden, and I have a message that concerns not only Swedes but people that live in Europe and maybe elsewhere as well. It's about a false flag. It's about a coup d'etat in Germany that took place in the end of 2022. And I have a question actually, to ask about this, if this could have been a false flag operation. And the reason to why I raised this question is because I was involved in something that could have turned out as a false flag operation here in Sweden a couple of weeks before I saw the headlines in Germany. I was within a group of activists, and we were discussing how we will get free speech and human rights as they are written in the European Convention. Very normal things we were doing. Normal freedom of speech. Anybody should claim freedom of speech. But something happened within this group. Now, somebody here wants to be online. Something happened within this group that was very, very serious and could have resulted in the same headlines as I saw it then in Germany a couple of weeks later. And we were an entrapment, very serious entrapment was made towards us as a group. We were supposed to sign a list. We could have turned out to a very serious crime, similar that what we saw then in Germany. Didn't look like a serious crime. It looked very innocent. How it was done. And I will explain how it was done, and also try to cover the crime classification, so that you can understand, those who listen can understand. We were on an online meeting, discussing things as we do. And then there was somebody came into the group, is one of in the community, and suggested us to sign lists. We were supposed to save our country with signing this list, and the signature was about that we were agreeing to walk together to the government and remove the political officials from the government building. We don't want you here, we want you to go out. Quite peacefully, I would say. That was how it was presented. And along with this signature about removing the government from the government building, we were also was included in signature to receive weapons. This sounds serious. Yeah. No, it was not. We were supposed to have these weapons in case of war, self-defense. Not going to use it when we walk to the government and say, enough is enough. You have to walk away from here. You have to go away from here. So that's how it was presented. And you may think, oh, nobody's that stupid. Everybody could see this through, that this is no, nobody would sign this list, right? Well, I suggest the opposite, because this list is built up over time with somebody that is trusted, have many followers, and you trust your friend, basically. There was scare in this also. We have to act now, it's too late, such things. So it's it's done over time by somebody who is trusted by many, and this trust is built up over years. So it's not that nobody could be that stupid. Yes, many could be that stupid because they trust this person that present this entrapment. I'm going to try to present this crime classification and explain it so that you can understand what I'm saying. In summer 2022, we had a new terrorist law. It was rearranged. I don't what word. My English isn't perfect, and I hope the message will get through. It was improved, I should say. The law was improved in a quite new terrorist law in summer 2022. A couple of weeks before the entrapment was made against us activists. And I will address the number of this law. Every law has a number. And the law is 2022 666. Terrorist law name number is 666. So I will take a look at the law to explain. So a terrorist crime is explained in one paragraph and two paragraphs as well. It's a lot of crimes that you expect, very violent crimes, ordinary crimes that you expect in this type of law. Nothing strange. But there is something that is strange, and I'll come to this. In the end of this second paragraph, there is point 6 that says that a terror crime is any crime that is committed according to another law outside the terror law and with a special intent. And the intent is in paragraph 4. For terror crime is that you commit a crime if the crime could harm a country or an organization like the UN or on an international level or on a national level, it could harm the institutions. If the intent is to force these officials, institutions, something, to force them to remove them, is to force them. Yeah. So what we was supposed to do was actually a terror crime. So, but we wouldn't have been let into the building, so it's all right. It's nothing would have happened. Very true. So here comes the weapons. This meeting is not a private meeting. Of course, we are listened to by the police. Of course. And I understood this. And if we then accept this to receive weapons to keep in our homes, then, of course, like in Germany, I understand that's how it turned out in Germany. Then the police will do a house search, and we have Sunday lists. We'll go into the government and commit this terror crime, and we have weapons in our home. And when the police comes and do the house search, we should then explain that no, this is not for that particular day we were going to the government to remove them from the building and commit this terror crime, as the law is written. No. We should use it not that day. Having it for self-defense, nothing serious. That we should then explain to the police. That is how this crime was done to, this entrapment was done to us. Didn't look at all that like preparing for terror crime. So nobody understood the crime classification. Nobody. Very serious crime. And me and two gentlemen went online to expose this on Håkan Bergmans kanal. And you can find the video in Swedish in my playlist on my channel, Swedish channel, if you want. So I hope I covered the how it should have turned out if it had been a successful false flag operation. So, as I said, me and two gentlemen went online to expose this, and when we were recording, it was in September 2022, I think, and one of these gentlemen, Ingmar Ljungqvist, when the headlines come from Germany about the coup d'etat, preparing for terror crime, come from Germany, he understood what had happened to us. He didn't understand when we were recording it. I also can say that I used to work as a lawyer years back, and I wasn't in this group as a lawyer, no. But I've checked it out with an attorney that works as an attorney today, and he comes to the same conclusion as myself. So back to the recording. One of the gentlemen, Ingmar Ljungqvist, he understood after the headlines from Germany what had happened to us. He understood very well, and he started to act. He talked to the police and tried to communicate with them. And just a couple of weeks after the headlines from Germany, after that, he has actually understood the how serious this was. He dropped dead in his home. He was healthy, as far as I know, and I talked to him a couple of days before, and he was very happy. Nothing strange, but he just dropped dead. A couple of weeks later from that, a high police official, one of the chiefs within the police, is also found dead in his home. And I believe Ingmar connected to this man directly, but also indirectly, I believe. And then 6 or 8 months later, something like that, another activist in this group dies. And before he died, he went online to talk about this person that did this entrapment. He didn't know about the entrapment. He wasn't involved in that. But he talked openly about what this person had done to him, and with name and everything, and it was very clear that this man was not acting with an honest interest. And then he dies also. And the rest, the activists will be very involved and want to talk about this, right? No. No. Nobody wants to talk about this. Most people get very scared when talking about these things. Also try to talk to the police, because I have been under attack for years to be silenced. I have talked about this lack of freedom of speech and criminal activities against freedom of speech with the police. But everybody gets very frightened, scared. And that's in within the activist community or in the police, everybody. Nobody wants to talk about this because it's too scary. So I think we need to address this. And I believe this was an international operation, we were told. International operation. So it may be that the same thing has happened in Sweden, in Germany, as did not the forced flag, that it did not happen here in Sweden. That could have happened here in Sweden. So if that's the truth, of course, that is very serious for those who are in jail, of course. That's obvious, but also for the whole nation. Because you get a different nation if you can get this forced flag operation. You can change the whole society on false grounds. So this is very serious for everybody. For everybody. And also, well, very scary, I have noticed. So in Sweden here, we had on national TV, there was a documentary about the dangerous activists. Here I am. And this documentary they tried to make us look very dangerous. But if this forced flag operation has succeeded, then there will be this crescendo in this documentary. Look how here they are now. We have to protect ourselves against them. They're so dangerous. That didn't work out. The documentary was many get upset. This is lies. This isn't the truth. So it didn't work out so well. And also a couple of months before, in the early summer 2023, also the security police released a report with rotten democracy, is called, when people like me and others that are in opposition are portrayed as very dangerous. This didn't work out so well either. But if we had this false flag operation, this preparing for terror crime, people put to jail, well, then the report have been looked upon it with very different eyes, of course. It would be very relevant. We should just protect ourselves. You're not allowed to have a view of your own because you're dangerous. That's pretty much what this report says, actually. That very serious, very serious. But with these headlines, that would have had a different support in the whole society, of course. So I think we have freedom of speech. We don't have freedom of speech. We don't have any country. We don't have nothing. We don't have anything. That's very dangerous to put away freedom of speech. And that's why someone wants to use his false flag operations to take away freedom of speech and freedom of meeting, gathering, all the rights, human rights that you can read about in the European Convention. So this is important in a bigger perspective, not only for those who go to innocent people that go to prison. So I hope my English isn't perfect. I hope the message got through. I started on my own. It's not easy. I hope my intention is to stay alive, not go to jail, not be exposed to any catastrophe because when you speak out, you get attacked. And I hope we will get a change in this. I really hope so. I really hope so. I hope I covered most of it, and otherwise I come back. I do my best. So hopefully this message will get through. Yeah, I also want to say, of course, there are good people in the police, in the security police, within the law enforcement. Of course, there are good people that wants to know the truth, and outside the system also, there are good people that wants justice to be made. So I hope anybody that are connected to what happened in the coup d'etat in Germany or have knowledge about it or somehow can help, if what I have to say is relevant for that coup d'etat, if that's a false operation. I hope the message will get to them that needs it. I hope so. So I hope I covered most of it, what I need to cover, hopefully, so that you can understand what I have to say. So bye-bye for now.